I'm going to lecture much about dill, but we are going to experience dill and do a proving right now. Okay. So we're going to be talking about dill weed, which we have to be careful when we use that term, right? Because it's also a derogatory term. If you ever watched Beavis and Butthead when you're in college, there's also dill hole, which made it into American vernacular.
Please enlighten me. I don't watch TV back in the 80s. It was too strong.
Oh, well, you would have loved Beavis and Butthead then. Yeah. It's just one of the, just kind of a derogatory term they made up that just you idiot, kind of. You're just an idiot. Yeah. 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 So, yeah, the term, I grew up with the term, people were called dillweed all the time. So, dillweed is, I don't know, in small towns, it was popular term. It kind of meant you're just like an idiot, kind of. The origin of the word, I guess, goes back to England, where, I don't understand the connection, but dill seed has always been used traditionally in pickle making. And for some reason, a pickle was like a derogatory term, and somehow dill got associated with being an idiot term. So dill weed. So it's not a cuss word, just so she knows. Okay. But dill, again, one of the undervalued herbs and spices in the world, and goes back to the Ebers Papyrus and some of the Sumerian writings. So basically, a lot of our first original human history writings have dill and fennel seed and celery seed, right? A lot of those basic seeds. So in cooking, dill weed or the herb is used a lot, which is very blandish, right? But the only way I've ever used dill weed is in like pickles or cooking beets, or a lot of times it's put in sour cream, and it's fish. Yeah, it's used on fish a lot. Um, a lot of chefy places use it a lot, but you just don't see a lot of cooking with Americans using it that much. It's really good on whitefish too, coleslaw, potato salad. I don't eat potato salad, but um, the seed, though, is the most medicinal part. So the herb itself is all the same uses as a seed, but not as strong. The seed is the real intense part. But we're going to prove that or not right now. So if everybody has their little proving taster, we're going to taste dill. Which one are we going to do first? Dill weed. So
yeah, start with the mild.
Yeah. We're going to start with dill weed. So if you want to let everybody get their sample pack here. What's that? Oh, we already did do dill seed? Okay. Well, we don't have to talk about it much, but we're going to revisit it again. Okay. I want everybody to notice how you feel for your proving too. Get all of them, but we're doing the weed first. And the big teapot is the dill seed that's really strong. And the little one is a cold infusion of the seed that we'll try too. Sweet, earthy, pleasant, refreshing. Okay. So what's everybody think the dill herb smells like? Smells pleasant. Very Smells hay-like, kind of taste hay-like. Pleasant. Hay-like. Okay. So anybody else, do you get any other flavors from dill herb? Sweet, pleasant. You get a little citrusy there? Do you?
Just tastes like a mild fennel to me.
Mm-hmm. Fennel like.
Super mild fennel.
Mm-hmm. Fennel like got that hay like, yeah, flavor and smell. Mild. Where do you feel it go? It'll go right to my stomach, solar plexus. Does everybody else feel anything? Vote how many people feel good to your stomach or solar plexus. Yeah, anywhere else? Heart, throat, kidney, maybe a little bit. Secondary kidney. Anybody feel kidneys? Lower back? No? Nope. No kidney? Okay. So let's do dill seed cold infusion, the little one. Smell is not strong. Not too much smell with the cold decoction. Okay. The taste, very mild,
One thing that's pleasant tasting.
earthy, definitely dilly. Dilly, earthy, refreshing. I would say that's refreshing. Palate cleanser. You can see why one of the most old uses for dill is as a breath freshener. Some people say that's why it was originally cooked with fish, that it mellowed the smell out and it also helped your breath afterwards, but I'm sure it tastes good. I love dill on white fish. It's like one of my favorite things.
You put the dill seed on the feet.
I use the herb for that. But you can marinate fish in dill seed water, or you can make a vinegar like dill seed vinegar or dill seed oil or butter. Mm-hmm. So dill seed is more medicinal, used a lot for worms, parasites. Bad breath. It's basically a traditional carminative is the number one use, right? So gas, bloating, the seed, gas, bloating, cramping, digestive upsets, gas. Um, Also like a carminative, poor appetite. To me, it's very ashwagandha-like, though. It is very grounding. It's considered a nervine historically. In fact, the name actually comes from Norse, meaning to lull or to make someone fall asleep or relax. Very downward energy, right? So the direction is downward. And when you take the seed, you really kind of feel it go into those kidneys too. The dill herb is cooling, but the seed is slightly warming, which you get more of when you do the hot tea. So for the third tasting, smell and taste the hot tea. That has a little bit more of a, still pretty pleasant. Smells a little stronger, but still, we're going to call that earthy, fennel-like, hay-like, celery-like. You can see how the seeds are often used together medicinally. Fennel, dill, celery seed. I mean, that's like a powerful combination. Aniseed. Do we have where is our 7-seed formula? We have a little bottle of that in back. I have like a little, I thought I had a little one like this of it called the seeds. We might have.
So Nicholas, when you combine fennel, dill, and celery seed, what
Mhm.
would be our archetype person?
Carminative, gas, bloating, cramping. But this is very downward energy. So the reason why we're tasting this is because, I'm convinced that this is an adrenal tonic that's been forgotten to time. So like combining this with rhodiola or licorice, I personally think is what I want everybody to try to feel right now. Now or later today, is anybody getting a little energy, a little perk up from it yet? Or any kidney activity?
Started feeling, taking hot infusion.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. The hot infusion, you definitely feel more of the stimulating effects for sure. So this is also, used a lot historically by Vikings before going to war. So we know it probably has to have that powerful effect. Old world use of this, dill was often combined with vervain for breaking evil spells or bad energy. I like to always put those things in the back of my mind. If you're ever having a bad year, some people have bad days, weeks, but then some people have bad years, lives, seasons. Start to think about some of these things more. But it has all the kidney indicators. It's a traditional brain herb. Modern research shows it improves bone density, the seed. Also used a lot as a galactagogue, so to induce milk production, aphrodisiac, all those kind of classic things. But I want everybody to really try this. I have a feeling if somebody would do this at home over Thanksgiving break, this is a traditional poultice too, the seed or the herb, poultice over the stomach for gas, poultice over the kidneys for kidney and bladder problems. If somebody could try this, or somebody online could try this over the weekend, that would be great.
Or, cognitive. If we know we're gonna have a very fatty, heavy
Mhm.
Thanksgiving meal,
Mhm.
would this be ideal to take before?
Yeah, so the question is, it's carminative. We're going to need this for the holidays. So we do bitters when we're trying to digest fats or proteins. We do carminatives when we get bloated from anything, no matter if it's fatty or protein or not. But carminatives, especially good for people that get bloated from carbs. So they're a little different, but they both help digestion and assimilation and different ways. And like the heavier you eat, the more bitters are better. The more bloating you have, the better carminatives are, right? Okay. So if somebody could try that, it is historically considered not to be used during pregnancy. However, it is historically used in midwifery. And there's some modern research showing it can be used for helping to deliver babies in different ways, but I don't personally know how safe it is. To help in the last trimester in midwifery. What's that?
Spin the child.
I don't know, maybe. I don't know. Yeah.
Preach.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know enough about its midwifery uses. We could try to find that out from somebody though. Yeah, I don't know. It does have coumarins in it, which we see a lot. That's where those hay-like flavors come from. So if you're going to use this topically, it can potentially photosensitize your skin, meaning if you're going to put this on your skin topically, you don't go out in the sun afterwards. as herbalists have found out through the last probably 20 years, also if you're going to get ultrasound or something, you don't do photosensitizing herbs topically before you go out in the sun, or ultrasound, like St. John's wort is topically can sensitize your skin to the sun, or ultrasound. But there are cases where people have kind of burned themselves a little bit, like when chiropractors and things have used like a St. John's wort oil and didn't know that it had that effect and kind of burned some patients. Okay. Okay. Mostly though, historically used in British and Northern European cooking. That's where a lot of our recipes and American uses come from. Okay. So we don't know a lot about it. I mean, in modern times, we don't use it much. So I want everybody to try it, or to try it topically or bath over the holidays and see what happens. I'm getting kind of pumped up from it already. So I definitely get something from it. Anybody else getting pumped up yet? A little pump up? A little warmer? It's definitely warming the seed. Okay, everybody's getting that warming effect. Okay. Questions on dill? Something you have everywhere, right? It's easy to find. It's not expensive.
And it goes back every, well,
It is perennial. It is not
Yeah.
perennial, but reseeds. Okay.
So yeah, cold pepper. So now we're going to use those seeds that usually we let go. go. So yeah, Culpeper in his writings, he says, you know, in England, this is so common and it reseeds so much that it's everywhere, that, you know, you can always find this. So it's in Culpeper's English Herb book, right? Okay. Okay. Any other thing you want to ask about dill? So you can now know why you call people dill weed, where that comes